Group 5, Environmental Ethics.
Good day everyone. So today we're going to discuss about the environmental ethics. So when I talk about environment, it refers about the external surroundings of our environment, or it talks about the condition of our environment that affect the life, growth, and development of living organisms, including humans, animals, and especially the plants. So we have two components of environment. First, we have the natural environment, then the built environment. So when we talk about the natural environment, it talks about the air, the water, the land, or the ecosystem that we have. And then when we talk about the built environment, it talks also about the human-made structures. Like for example, the bridges, the roads, and the buildings that we have. So that's why we should have the environment. Because when we don't have environment, kung sa ta makalive diri sa world, dili ta makapuyo diri sa kalibutan kung wala ta environment. Kaya di man nato kayang i-sustain ang sa atong kaugalingon lamang. Kay because of environment, it plays a vital role in our life, or it plays a crucial role in our life. Because the environment provide everything that we have, especially the resources that we have. Next, we have to talk about the environmental ethics. So when we talk about the environmental ethics, makapangutan na tanong, anong necessary pa man nga magsalita environmental ethics? Na nakabalo naman may unsa ng morally right, morally wrong, kabalo naman may unsay sakto, unsay dili, kabalo naman may nga bawal magputol og kahoy, kabalo naman may nga bawal maglabay diri basura, kabalo naman may nga bawal di ay diri mangihi sa kilid, pero nga mag-study pa man mi ani. And that is why nata environmental ethics nga naman kay try to observe yourself or even the people that surrounds you, your friends, or bisag unsa dinha. Diba? Bisag mo inom lang gani taog mainom taog kaning gulaman or unsa pa na diha kung nagi tay mga waste, ay dinhira na ko ilabay. Pero kusog ta mingon nga I love Mother Earth. Pero ato mga waste or ato nga mga plastic or ato mga plastic friend or ato mga plastic is ginapanglabay lang nato bisag asa sa ato nga palibot. And don't you know nga kana siya nga behavior is nalabag na nato ang environmental ethics. So environmental ethics, by the way, is that the Earth has been in existence for about 4.6 billion years. But many have been changed. Nganong daghan man kaya nag-change? Because as the world revolved and then nagkadaghan na kayo ang kaning mga tao sa kalibutan, and then daghan na pud kayo ang mga na add nga mga technologies, mga unsa pa na dinha, then daghan na sad kayo ang na-change ato nga environment. Labaw na sa ato nga climate, sa pag-treat nato sa ato mga human beings, ang pag-treat nato sa non-human beings. So in environmental ethics, we have the various approaches to environmental ethics. We have Peter Singer and Tom Regan on the ethical treatment of animals. Now, when we talk about Peter Singer, he is an Australian ethicist and philosopher that well known for his writings on ethics. The word for he is most known is the Animal Liberation, Ethics for Treatment of Animals in 1975. Now, the aim of this is equal treatment for all sentient beings from animals to human beings, promote happiness and reduce pain. Then he also argues that some people are prejudiced against people are different from terms of race, gender, or sexual orientation. They can also accuse of unjust prejudice against animals. And he also argues that if we use this criterion, there is no valid reason for us to kill a pig. Now, for Peter Singer, he also observed that human beings have been treating non-human animals in radical different manner, and Singer named this behavior speciesism. So when we talk about speciesism, it's about the unjustifiable privileging of one's own species over another. Now, we have this example, or para mas masabtan na to siya ayo, o ma-elaborate na to siya ayo, we will use a dog and then the pig. And this dog and pig is, ang owner nila is si Mitch. So, isa ang owner nila is isa na kabuok ang owner nilang duha. The owner of the dog and the owner of the pig is si Mitch. Now, meet this dog and this pig. Kaninga pig is nagpuyo ra siya sa tangkal. Well, kaninga dog is nagpuyo siya beside ni Mitch. Now, kung asa mo ato si Mitch is ginadala niya nga dog. Kung matulog si Mitch, kana bitong napoy katulgan ang iro nga tapad pud niya. Tapos kung kung mukaon si Mitch, ginapakaon po niya. Kung usab ito'y manaan ni Mitch is mahatag niya. Whereas kaning pig ni Mitch is sa gamay pa lang, ginapakaon niya. Pero wala naka-receive og love ni Mitch. Ngano wala man naka-receive og love ni Mitch? Because kaning nga pig is nagpuyo lang siya sa tangkal. Wala ni siya nakagawas-gawas, wala bitaw siya naingon nga naka-expose siya sa mga tawo. Kay tungod pig man siya. And then mao nay buot pasabot ni Peter Singer nga dapat dili nato i-treat og kanang different ang ato nga kalahi og physical appearance. Dapat i-treat nato sila in the same way. Kay try to observe yourself. Musugot day ka nga like ikaw nga tungod kay ingon anila ang level sa imo nga life, tungod kay sila higher level sila, ikaw lower level. Musugot day ka nga ingon anaon ra ka pag-treat. Diba? Dili pod masuko usad ka. Like for example, another example also is that imong lola is that na duha mo nga apo sa imong lola, tapos ikaw nakagipanginhanglanon, need na kay nimo, then her comes nga niabot pud ang imong igagaw nga nag-need pud kay siya, tapos isa ra kabutang ang inyong gusto untang uslan sa inyong lola, pero kay ang duol sa imong kasing-kasing sa imong lola is ang imong magigagaw, so gipaulos sa imong nga lola sa imong igagaw. Now dili ka masakitan, so same na siya kang Peter Singer sa speciesism nga yang gipasabot nga all of us we can feel pain. And kung gusto ta nga para ma-reduce na nga mao nga pain, kay gusto ko ni Peter Singer is that we will promote happiness and reduce pain. Same sa utilitarianism nga i-promote ang happiness tapos i-reduce ang mao nga pain. In order para ma-reduce ang mao nga pain is that kanang we must be kanang dapat i-treat nato ato nga i-treat nato ang human beings in the same way, and not just only the human beings but also all the non-human beings. Bisan pag lahi-lahi na sila og background sa ilang life, bisan pag lahi-lahi na sila race, lahi-lahi pa man na sila og kanang gigikanan, mairo pa man nagmairing, dapat i-treat nato sila in same way. Like try for example, another example kanang dog and the cat. Now, naisa ka bukog sa manok. So, ang bukog sa manok, di ba, kanang dapit sa paa, dako man jud na siya. So, karon ang nasulod sa imong mind is that kung ang dog imo pakanon, iyang madutlan. Kung ang cat imo pakanon, dili niya madutlan kay gamay siya baba. Pero imong gihatag to nga bukog, wala nimo gitunga kundi gihatag nimo fully sa iro. So pamati masakitan ang iro dili, o masakitan ang iring dili. Diba masakitan ang iring. So mo anay gusto nga ipasabot ni Peter Singer sa tuwa nga dapat kung masakitan man gani ang usa ka butang, masakitan man gani ang iring, masakitan man gani tang tawo, dapat dili nato na siya angay nga buhaton. Kay nganong dili man ta pwede mo patay og tawo? Kay tungod mapriso ba ta? No. Kay because they can feel pain. So same lang po na siya sa mga iring. Dapat or mga other animals nga dapat di nato sila angay nga pasakitan also. Kay because they can also feel pain the way we feel. Kay usa gayang he promote happiness and reduces pain. And this is all my part, and this will be going to expand by Rialyn Gadingan about the topic of Tom Regan. Thank you.
So, here's the example of Peter Singer. So, a man is walked by in the street, then he sees a dog. Then, to have fun, he kicks the dog. But according to Peter, that it is wrong to kick the dog for fun, because dog is like human. They can feel pain. Singer argues that any being who can suffer, whether it is human or animals, it deserves moral considerations. So, if it is wrong to hurt humans for reason, then it is also wrong to hurt animals for the same reasons.
Good afternoon. Today I'll be going to discuss the view of philosopher Tom Regan. So Tom Regan is a Kantian deontologist, meaning he believes in moral rules that must be followed regardless of the consequences. He argued that some animals have actual rights, just like the humans. But what makes an animal morally important? So, According to Regan, animals are important because of how they smart or how useful they are to humans. Instead, they matter because they are subjects of a life. This means they have the feelings like pleasure and pain, have beliefs, desires, and memories, care about their own lives and future, have a sense of self over time. So animals, their experiences affect their well-being, regardless to whatever they are useful to humans or not. So if we will talk about the Tom Regan views, it is talk about the animals, no, the rights of animals, not only just the humans, but also the rights of animals, just like so we need to take care the animals just like humans. So because they have beliefs and desires, can perceive and remember things. They understand that they have a future. They can feel emotions like the humans, di ba? Ang humans kay maka-feel man pud sila emotions. So ang animals in ana sab sila sama sa atoa nga maka-feel sila emotions. Then ang uban kasing tao is like wala sila kabalo nga animals na siya, wala man na sila feelings, dili man na sila masakitan, no. But sa view ni Tom Regan, ang animals is naa sila feelings, maka-feel sila pleasure, pain. So they have personal interests and goals. So napud sila future ilaha, napud sila goal unsa ilang gusto, not just the humans, but kung unsa ang mga gusto sa humans is which is gusto po din na sa mga animals, which is wala na ta kabalo. So ingana ang views ni Tom Regan. They have a psychological identity over time. So ingana sila, no, their experiences affect their well-being regardless whatever they are useful to humans or not. So value gyud kayo ang animals, no. Maybe it is not kuan value sa ang ilang value is wala na nahatag sa humans, but valuable jud kayo ang animals. If an animal fits these characteristics, Regan believes that it has inherent values. So na jud sila inherent values and deserve the same moral respects as humans. So si Tom Regan gi-emphasize niya nga unsa jud ang value sa animals nga dapat i-respect sila as a humans. This means that using animals for hunting, experiments or factory farming is morally wrong. So because it treats them as a mere tools rather than living beings with values. So si Tom Regan's like kanang mo disagree gyud siya, no, kay morally wrong jud ang animals himuon nato og like ang uban kasi ginahunting na lang nilang animals, experiments, factory farming. So which is ang kay Tom Regan is dili gyud niya ginaalaw kay morally wrong jud na siya. So we need to treat the animals we need to respect the animals as we respect the human. So ingana ang gi-emphasize ni Tom Regan, no. So Regan believes that animals is a subject of life. So subject of life, na jud sila feelings. So then it has a same moral rights as a human. So naapod sila rights, not just a human, but ang animals na ay rights. Di ba na ay rights nga nahilo nga about sa animals. So ingana dili ta basta-basta pwede makapasakit sa animals kay napod sila rights as a human. So maka-feel sila pain, pleasure, and everything na sila goal. This means we must not treat animals as things or tools. Practices like hunting, mo na to giingon ganina, mogenate, and hunting, animal testing, kanang gi-experiment din nato ang mga animals, no, which is dili jud na siya pwede sa view ni Tom Regan. But sa ato kasing kuan ron generation, ang atong kuan na gi-implement na ron ay unsa ba, like gitawag nato nga mao na jud ang lifestyle sa karon na ang mga animals is ginahimo na nilang experiment. So, which is dili na siya pwede morally wrong jud na para ka Tom Regan. Then, because they ignore the rights and values of animals, so mo ni ang ga-involve karon nga gina-ignore na nila ang rights sa animals. That's why daghan na jud kay mga animals nga nasa daplin-daplin, murag wala na yung mga pag-asa ba sa ilaha pa, kanang sa tao pa, kanang naa na lang sa daplin nga murag mga sana mga wala na siya pag-asa na yung mga animals ingana. So which is morally wrong na siya kay ang animals is naadjud sila yung mga feelings, like kita natay mga feelings. If masakitan ta sa isa ka tawo nga gipasakitan ta, so ang animals pod masakitan po na sila if pasakitan nato sila. So in summary, Tom Regan believes that animals have rights just like humans. These rights come from being a subject of a life, not from intelligence or usefulness. Therefore, animals should never be used or harmed for humans' benefits. So that's all. Thank you.
So according to Tom Regan, I will be giving the examples. So for example, when making rules to protect animals, people should think about how much pain they might be causing to living creatures. Like, people should be careful when making animal laws so they don't hurt animals by mistake. So another example, scientists should think that about how much pain they would be causing animals before they do tests on them. So paano gud siya, if dapat ang mga scientists ilasang i-check dan ang ilang mga experiments, ang ilang eksperimentohan ang mga animals kay makasakit man sila, and they have to avoid causing pain.
Good day to all of you, Social One. My name is Steven Aniban. I will be discussing Paul Taylor and biocentrism. So, Paul Taylor is an American philosopher that developed or introduced to us the biocentrism. So, biocentrism is that prioritize human interests above all else. Instead, he advocates for a holistic approach that consider the well-being of all living beings and the ecosystem as a whole. So, organism, all living beings, like plants and animals. So, like that. Equal tanan, can consideration to respect and to care, like that. Then di man mabasa, so ako na ibasa sa output na ko. So Paul Taylor extends the moral consideration from the sphere of sentence and puts forward an argument for the moral centers of protection of all beings that may be considered as a teleological center of life. So what is a teleological center of life? Pahawasan na video ko. Thank you. Okay. Like that. So anyway, what is a teleological center of life? So it's an organism including kanang kwansya, kanang like na siya'y purpose in life, na siya'y gamit mo na ang teleological center of life, na siya'y purpose na nabuhi siya. Okay, so next is that whether a being is conscious or sentient is not the sole of determinant of its moral constructability. So whether nga conscious siya or dili, basta na siya'y purpose and have a life, like that. Then for Taylor is that the biocentric outlook protects the right of all living organisms, including plants and microorganisms, to seek under good well-being. So, yahang kuan na yahang kasabutan na kay kanang sana kanang protects the right of living organism, including plants and microorganisms, to seek out their good and well-being. So dili lang kita kailangan protection o kailangan mo survive and reproduce. Kailangan po sa mga plants and animals po. Kailangan po sila na. So, equal ang tanan. Equal ang respect, equal ang care, equal ang walay taas sa tuwa. Labi na mga tao at kailangan pantay. So, sunod kay nasunod ka. Like that, sa technological center of life, our organism exists for the sake of furthering its existence by undergoing change and process that improve its well-being. In other words, all organisms move towards fulfilling their own ends. So, sa may pasabutan na. So, nara na diri sa for the sake of furthering its existence by undergoing change. So, pasabutan na kay kailangan sila mo atanan mga kailangan sila mo survive, kailangan sila mo produce so that they can also exist in this ecosystem. So it means that living things are driven by a natural tendency to pursue their own survival and reproduction. Like that, kailangan silang survive and reproduce. Kira kita chance. Okay, sunod is last one. So mura ni siya kanang siya example, pero di siya example. Para kag magkuan ra kag idea ni ba? Para masabtan nimo ang Paul Taylor and biocentrism. So, insofar as the plants need water and the sun for nourishment to willfully deny them, these things would constitute as a valuation of their right as a teleological center of life. So, this statement implies that our action towards plants or even animals should be guided as a sense of respect and consideration for their own well-being and not by our own human-centered interest. So, kailangan sila kanang respect and nourishment for the good of well-being nila kanang survive. So mura gud na ganang pandud kanang nang kung wala ning kanang animals, di naton sila ma-nourish or care mga plants. Kung mawala sila sa kalibutan, putay mamatay puta kay kailangan man tag kailangan tag plants para makasurvive kay sila man produce of oxygen. Then animals can like pig or chicken sobra na to kanang patay patay niya dili sila mo produce dili na to ipaproduce kay kung nagud na to sa own interest na to balad mamatay basta mabusog lang akong tiyan ginana rang thinking ba nya paghurot ana di sila produce nya walay kanang gipalabian na to. So, saan na ko na to sa near future kung wala na? Di ba? So, kailangan equal ta tanan, dili na to pasubraan or dili pasubraan. So ang idea lang ni kanang sa Paul Taylor sa biocentrism kay ang idea lang nga na kay kailangan equal ta mga organism, walay taas na to. So equal ang work ni Paul Taylor that biocentrism emphasize that all living beings have inherent worth and deserve respect, consideration, and care. Mura na. So, ay example sa kung kuyog na.
So, I will give example for Paul theory. So, Taylor's biocentrism, as described in his book, Respect for Nature, posits that all living organisms have equal inherent worth and are members of a community of life. So, for example, if a new highway needs to be built, a biocentric approach would advocate for routing the road to minimize tree removal and clearing, as this minimizes the wrong done to the trees and the ecosystem.
So now I will be discussing about biocentrism. What is biocentrism? Biocentrism is an ethical viewpoint that places inherent value on all living things, extending moral consideration to all forms of life. It suggests that all living beings have equal moral standing and deserve respect. This perspective stands in contrast to anthropocentrism, which is prioritize human concerns. It's often contrasted with more traditional materialist views that treat consciousness as a byproduct of physical process. Mr. President,
One example of biocentrism is a tree. So imagine a small tree growing in a garden. Even though the tree can't think or feel like a human or an animal, it still tries to live. It grows roots to find water, stretches its branches toward the sunlight, and produce leaves to survive. So, bisag ang usa ka punuan kay non-living organism, mangita gapon siya paraan na siya mabuhi. Tungod usa na ana ang sunlight, ang water. So, according to Paul Taylor, this tree has its own purpose: to grow, to live, and to be healthy, even if it doesn't have a mind like ours. So, if someone cut off water on purpose or blocks the sunlight, ang usa ka punuan mamatay. Just because they don't care, it's not just harming the tree. It's also physically harming the tree. It's also morally wrong because the tree is a living being, has a right to grow and fulfill its own life goals. In Taylor's view, living things, not just animals and humans, deserve respect simply because they are alive and striving for their own good. So, even ang uban na living things na dili parehas nato, kailangan nato silang i-respect and strive because they are striving for their life. And when you talk biocentrism, it's all about life. From the words bio, it's life. So even that the tree is not human like us, they have the right to live and to grow.
Thank you for watching. God bless.